Good afternoon, everyone. We're taking a look at this afternoon's early infrared colorized satellite picture across northern Illinois and parts of Lake Michigan, extreme southern Wisconsin, and parts of western Indiana. A big area of rain has just passed through the area a couple of hours ago. It's already moving now through the Detroit area. A couple of scattered thunderstorms were associated with that first band of showers that went through. Another area of rain is forming and moving through parts of northern Illinois at the moment. The precipitation is sort of scattered, but really covers the northern 1/4 of the state. And what is causing all of this? Well, if you look off to the northwest of this satellite picture, you will see that in fact we are looking at a much fairly strong event, a fairly strong low pressure system right now over northern Iowa. I want to take a look at a couple of other features on here if we can get them to pop up. Right now, this is the number of the wind gusts, the numbers that you can see here. The winds are gusting relatively at a high rate, gusting up to 25, 27, 28 miles per hour, and so we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. Let's throw radar on top of this, and you can see that there are scattered showers across the entire northern Illinois area. Let's move on to a new map. What I'd like to do is show you something more on a national scale. Let's move the viewer a little bit further to the north so you can see the United States. This shows the low quite well wrapping up nicely over southeastern portions of Minnesota, northeastern portions of Iowa. Heavy snow starting to develop across the eastern Dakotas and Minnesota, as well as parts of northern Wisconsin. It's too warm to snow anywhere south of a line from northern Wisconsin back into parts of Iowa, and then even parts of most of Iowa and parts of Missouri. That warm air is likely to remain with this system over the northern Illinois area throughout the entire rest of the event. There could be a slight changeover late tonight, early tomorrow morning, but I'd say the chances of that right now are less than 20%, so we're not putting that in our outlooks, and we're certainly not issuing any alerts for that at the moment. Our focus is going to be much more toward an event that is expected around the 20th of the month, and that is about that is what we're going to spend the majority of time talking about. The latest GFS model has just come out. The GFS model, let's move our get everything in a position here so you can see it. The GFS model shows the long-range atmosphere across the United States. It's a global model, meaning that it really covers all of the United States as well as the rest of the world, and we just take the sector that means something for us. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward these frames and give you an idea of what's happening. This first frame starts on a little bit late. Let's go to the very beginning, and maybe I'll just play them first. First storm goes through. It's the second storm that I'd like to stop and watch. The second storm on the 20th of December, or actually this is the 19th of December at 8 p.m., begins to wind up over parts of the southwest plains. You can see a low pressure system forming over the Four Corners area and another low trying to get its active of western Kansas. Precipitation in the form of snow will be a major concern from the Rockies east through Kansas, Nebraska, on into Iowa. And there is that blue 540 line, which we're going to have to keep a very close eye on as it moves to the east and south of Chicago. This will be our first significant snow event for the Chicago area. Let's watch these maps as we put them into motion. The next map is effective around midnight on the 20th, or that would be midnight on Thursday, so Thursday morning. You can see the blue line or the 540 line, cutting across northern Missouri back into southwest Missouri. Precipitation to the west of that line is snow. In the Chicago area and north and south, all rain, at least for now. But very cold air is diving south behind that 540 line. You can see it moving all the way into the northern part of Texas, as well as the southwestern United States. So a very significant cool down expected as this storm progresses to the east. Very cold air moving in behind it. Now it gets interesting. 8 a.m. on the 20th. So 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, the 540 line is right near Chicago, the low just over Chicago, north into parts of Lake Michigan, and there is a very strong north to northwest wind that's developing across parts of Wisconsin and Illinois. A significant area of snow has formed in this imagery on the morning of the 20th, that is Thursday morning, across parts of northeast Missouri back across northern Illinois. The 540 line is just to the west of Chicago, so the changeover will be right around Rockford. Heavy snow there, and a mix from there east across northern and central Lake County. That's as of 8 a.m. Let's go to noon. On the 20th, the 540 line progresses so far to the east it's almost a little dramatic, too dramatic for reality. The low stays relatively stationary across parts of central Lake Michigan, but very cold air moves on in. The trajectory of the wind does not favor lake effect snow, but does favor the next map. Go ahead and see what it's not wanting to move for me, but I'm not sure exactly what the side where it is right now. It seems to have frozen up on me, and I guess what I'll tell you is that the storm continues to progress to the east on the back end of it through the day on Thursday, and we will see, I think, Thursday from around I'd say maybe 8 p.m. Thursday night, anywhere between 2 and 6 inches of lighter snow to the north, but I still think 2 to 6 inches is possible across northern Illinois. The maps have just moved for me. Part of what's happening here is, in fact, there is an update going on right now. Our noontime maps are finally coming in, and so that's what's slowing the process down just a little bit. And if we see anything new on those maps, we'll change the but let's go ahead and move to where we were, which was on the 20th at 20th at night. At 8 p.m. on the 20th, there's still a little bit of light snow across northern Illinois. The lows moved way up into Canada. Very cold air across the area. Temperatures probably dropping down to around 10 degrees in the clear areas west of Chicago, west of Rockford. Where it's snowing, temperatures probably dropping down to around 15 to 20 degrees. However, the winds will make it feel about 10 below. Now we're moving to the 21st of December, right around midnight. We see the precipitation kind of coming to an abrupt end. That 540 line south of Chicago, but you can see it sneaking back up to the west. That means there is going to be a quick warm-up after the storm. We're moving right on into the 22nd and 23rd of December. If dip south again. Let's look at what the 24th, Christmas Eve, looks like. Right at midnight. There's an area of precipitation in Iowa that we're going to have to keep an eye on. And there used to be precipitation to the north and south of Chicago. It seems to just miss Chicago all the way through the 26th and 27th and 28th. Mainly a big storm forms over southwestern Kansas on the 28th of the month. By the 29th, the 540 line is well to the north of Chicago. Very heavy rain, maybe thunderstorms even, occurring across the Chicago area. One inhibitor of severe thunderstorms would be snowfall, but any snow that does fall on the 20th through 22nd will see both melt away and be washed away with this very heavy rain event expected on the 29th of December. We finally move into the 30th of December, the day before New Year's Eve. It looks like another snow event, probably another couple of inches on the 30th and into the 31st. We have a close eye on that event. That could be a more significant event than the one on the 20th and 21st. That is the forecast right through the end of the year. We hope you our webinar, which is Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Central Time. If you can't make that webcast, you can go on to winterstormoutlook.com and view the webcast along with meteorologists present anytime between 7 o'clock Central Time on the 18th, this coming Tuesday, until midnight, or I should say 11 p.m. Central Time the following night, Wednesday night. So you have almost, actually more than 24 hours where you can sign on, watch the 23 or 24 minute webinar, which will give you the latest weather we're expecting across the U.S. from now through January. It will focus in on the big storms. It will talk about the big cities, and certainly the cities where our clients reside, including Northern Illinois, parts of the Detroit area, and parts of the Northeast, as well as some of our clients across other parts of the Midwest. We hope you join us. I hope this has been informative. For weatherbriefings.com, I'm meteorologist John Travers.